We just got a massive new open source release that's honestly breaking the internet right now. Moonshot AI just dropped Kimi K2.5, and I kid you not, this might be the most complete AI model we've ever seen in the open source space. We're talking about a native multimodal model with 1 trillion parameters, 32 billion activated, that can handle vision, coding, thinking modes, and self-directed agent swarms all in one unified package. And here's the wild part. This thing is absolutely crushing proprietary models on multiple benchmarks while being completely open source. This isn't just hype, because the numbers are absolutely insane and the community is going wild over this release. Now, Kimi K2.5 builds on top of the already impressive K2 series with continued pre-training on approximately 15 trillion mixed visual and text tokens. And honestly, the biggest breakthrough here is the native multimodal design. Unlike previous models where vision was bolted on as an afterthought, K2.5 was trained from the ground up to understand images, videos, and text simultaneously. This means you can literally upload a screen recording of a website, and K2.5 will reconstruct the entire front end with complete interaction logic and professional-grade code. We're talking full animations, scroll effects, responsive layouts, everything. And it does this in a single shot, which is just ridiculous. The model comes in 4 different modes that you can access right now on Kimi.com and through the Kimi app. You've got K2.5 Instant for quick responses, K2.5. Thinking for deep reasoning with visible thought processes, K2.5 Agent for tool-augmented workflows, and here's where it gets crazy, K2.5 Agent Swarm. This is a complete paradigm shift. Instead of a single agent trying to do everything, K2.5 can self-direct a swarm of up to 100 sub-agents executing parallel workflows across up to 1,500 tool calls. And compared to a single agent setup, this reduces execution time by up to 4.5x. The agent swarm is automatically created and orchestrated by K2.5 without any predefined sub-agents or handcrafted workflows. It's pure autonomous intelligence. Now let's talk benchmarks, because this is where K2.5 is absolutely dominating. On the Humanities Last Exam benchmark with tools enabled, K2.5 is hitting competitive scores against GPT-5 and Claude Opus 4.5. On BrowseComp, which tests agentic web search and reasoning, K2.5 is outperforming pretty much everything. On SWE Bench Verified, which is the benchmark for real-world software engineering tasks, K2.5 is crushing it. And on vision benchmarks like OmniDocBench 1.5, K2.5 is achieving state-of-the-art results among open-source models. This isn't just good for open source. This is legitimately competing with the best proprietary models out there. But here's what really sets K2.5 apart: the coding with vision capability. You can literally show K2.5 a UI design or a screen recording, and it'll generate the complete code with proper structure, animations, and functionality. Multiple users on Twitter have been sharing demos where K2.5 takes a video walkthrough of a website and reconstructs the entire thing with pixel-perfect accuracy. And it's not just copying, it's understanding the underlying logic and implementing it properly. One developer shared how K2.5 generated a 3D model of their apartment from just a floor plan image, outputting it in 3.js format, fully textured and ready to use. That's absolutely insane. The model also has incredible office productivity capabilities. K2.5 Agent can handle advanced tasks like adding annotations in Word documents, constructing complex financial models with pivot tables in Excel, writing LaTeX equations in PDFs, and scaling to long-form outputs like 10,000-word papers or 100-page documents. And according to Moonshot's internal benchmarks, K2.5 shows a 59.3% improvement over K2. Thinking on their Kimi Code bench, which tests diverse end-to-end software engineering tasks. That's nearly a 60% jump in performance, which is just a massive leap. Now, in terms of the agent swarm technology, this is genuinely revolutionary. K2.5 was trained using Parallel Agent Reinforcement Learning, or PARL. This means the model learned to self-direct an agent swarm where a trainable orchestrator agent decomposes complex tasks into parallelizable subtasks, and each subtask is executed by dynamically instantiated frozen subagents. So you're not manually defining workflows or setting up agent hierarchies. K2.5 figures all of that out autonomously. Tasks that used to take hours or days now complete in minutes. One example showed K2.5 building a complete multi-page website with database integration, authentication, responsive design, and deployment configuration, all coordinated across dozens of parallel agents working simultaneously. The model maintains a 256K context window with support for both thinking and instant modes. In thinking mode, you get visible reasoning traces that show you exactly how the model is approaching the problem, similar to O1 or Claude's extended thinking. In instant mode, you get direct responses without the reasoning overhead, which is great for simpler tasks where you need speed. And here's something really cool. K2.5 uses native INT4 weight-only quantization with a group size of 32, optimized specifically for NVIDIA's Hopper architecture. This means you're getting production-ready inference with minimal quality degradation. If you're looking to get started with Kimi K2.5, you can access it immediately through multiple channels. Head over to Kimi.com or download the Kimi app for iOS and Android. The web interface and app now support all four modes: Instant, Thinking, Agent, and Agent Swarm, though Agent Swarm is currently in beta, with free credits available for high-tier paid users. You can also access K2.5 through their API at platform.moonshot.ai, which provides OpenAI and Anthropic-compatible endpoints, making integration super straightforward. And if you're a developer, definitely check out Kimi Code, which is their new coding assistant that integrates directly into VS Code, Cursor, Zed, and other popular editors. Kimi Code is open-sourced and supports images and videos as inputs, which is perfect for visual debugging workflows. For those who want to run it locally, the open weights are available on Hugging Face under a modified MIT license, which is extremely permissive. The only restriction is if you're building a commercial product or service with over 100 million monthly active users or more than 20 million per month in revenue, you need to prominently display Kimi K2.5 in your UI. That's totally reasonable for such a powerful open model. You can also access K2.5 through providers like OpenRouter, Fireworks AI, and NVIDIA's NIM platform, all of which have day zero support. Let me show you some real examples of what K2.5 can do. There's this demo floating around where someone asked K2.5 to analyze a complex financial document with tables, charts, and mixed layouts. K2.5 not only extracted all the data accurately, but also identified relationships between different sections, flagged inconsistencies in the numbers, and generated a comprehensive summary with actionable insights. Another user uploaded a hand-drawn wireframe of a mobile app interface, and K2.5 generated a fully functional React Native app with navigation, state management, API integration, and even unit tests. The code quality was production-ready, with proper component structure and clean architecture patterns. Here's another insane example. Someone gave K2.5 a video walkthrough of a data dashboard showing various interactions and transitions. K2.5 watched the video, understood the user flows, identified all the components and their relationships, and generated a complete dashboard with D3.js visualizations, real-time filtering, responsive design, smooth animations, and even proper state management using React hooks. And this wasn't just a static recreation. It captured the entire interaction logic, including edge cases and error handling. That's the kind of visual reasoning capability we're talking about here. One of my favorite demos is where a developer used Kimi Code with K2.5 to translate the aesthetic of Matisse's La Danse into a web application. K2.5 analyzed the painting, extracted the color palette, understood the compositional principles, and generated an interactive web page that captured the same artistic essence with modern web animations. And here's the breakthrough. K2.5 visually inspected its own output, identified areas that didn't match the aesthetic, and autonomously iterated to improve it. That's autonomous visual debugging in action, and it's something we haven't really seen before at this scale. The Agent Swarm capability is genuinely mind-blowing. In one test, K2.5 was given a complex research project that required gathering information from multiple sources, cross-referencing data, identifying contradictions, synthesizing findings, and generating a comprehensive report with citations. K2.5 automatically spawned dozens of specialized sub-agents, some focused on web search, others on data validation, some on synthesis, others on formatting. These agents worked in parallel, coordinating their efforts, sharing information, and ultimately delivering a 50-page research report that would have taken a human researcher several days to complete. And K2.5 did this in under an hour. Now, the pricing is extremely competitive. Through the API, you're looking at roughly 60 cents per million input tokens and around 250 per million output tokens for the base model. The thinking mode and agent modes have slightly higher costs due to the additional reasoning and tool usage, but we're still talking about significantly better value than comparable proprietary models. And if you're looking to access K2.5 completely for free to start testing, providers like KiloCode offer 25 worth of free API credits that you can use to experiment with the model and build proof-of-concept applications. What's really exciting is how quickly the community is adopting K2.5. Within hours of the release, developers were sharing integrations with LongChain, Llama Index, and other popular frameworks. There are already quantized versions available for local deployment through Ollama and LM Studio, making it accessible to run on consumer hardware. And the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. People are praising the instruction following, the code quality, the visual reasoning, and especially the thinking mode's transparency. You can literally watch K2.5 reason through problems step by step, which is invaluable for understanding model behavior and debugging complex workflows. Compared to the previous K2 models, K2.5 represents what users are describing as a huge leap similar to the upgrade from Gemini 2.5 Pro to Gemini 3 Pro. The quality improvement is substantial across the board. Better reasoning, stronger coding capabilities, more accurate vision understanding, and far more coherent long-horizon planning. And the fact that all of this is bundled into a single, unified model rather than separate, specialized models is a huge advantage for developers. You're not juggling different models for different tasks. K2.5 handles everything. Industry analysts are already calling this a turning point for open-source AI. VentureBeat published an article saying K2.5 represents evidence that the frontier has become collaborative, and that the best performing reasoning model available today is not a closed commercial product, but an open source system accessible to anyone. That's a massive shift in the AI landscape. For enterprises evaluating whether to continue paying for proprietary models like GPT-5, Claude, or Gemini, K2.5 presents a compelling alternative that delivers comparable or better performance at a fraction of the cost. Nathan Lambert from Interconnects wrote that K2.5 shows open source models are now surpassing their closed source counterparts on multiple dimensions. He noted that K2.5 has preserved the distinctive style and writing quality from the original Kimi models through extended thinking RL training, which means you're getting both capability and personality. And the fact that K2.5's benchmark scores are reported at INT4 precision. The same precision it'll be served at means the numbers you see are the numbers you'll actually get in production. That's refreshingly honest compared to some other releases. One thing that's particularly impressive is the vision-text joint pre-training at scale. Moonshot claims that at sufficient scale, the traditional trade-off between vision and text capabilities actually disappears. They improve together in unison. K2.5 demonstrates this perfectly. It's not just okay at vision and good at text, or vice versa. It's genuinely excellent at both, with performance that rivals or exceeds specialized models in each domain. On coding benchmarks, it's competitive with the best coding-focused models. On vision benchmarks, it's competitive with the best vision-focused models. That unified capability is rare and valuable, but that's basically it for today's deep dive on Kimi K2.5. This release is genuinely transformative for the open-source AI ecosystem. We're looking at a model that delivers frontier-level performance across multiple domains: reasoning, coding, vision, agentic workflows, all while being completely open and accessible. The agent swarm paradigm opens up entirely new categories of applications that weren't really feasible before. And the fact that you can start using this today for free, either through the web interface or by grabbing API credits, means there's absolutely no barrier to experimenting with this technology. I'll drop all the relevant links in the description below. The official Kimi website, the Hugging Face repo with the model weights, API documentation, the Kimi Code GitHub repository, and some amazing community demos that showcase what's possible with K2.5. Make sure you subscribe to stay updated on AI releases, hit that notification bell so you don't miss future coverage, and check out our previous videos where we've covered other major model releases and compared them head-to-head. There's seriously valuable content there that'll help you understand which models work best for different use cases and how to get the most out of them. The AI landscape is evolving incredibly fast, and open source models like K2.5 are proving that you don't need billion-dollar budgets and closed source advantages to build world-class AI systems. The frontier is becoming democratized, and that's exciting for everyone: developers, researchers, businesses, and end users alike. K2.5 represents what's possible when you combine massive scale, innovative training techniques like parallel, native multimodality, and a commitment to open development. But with that thought, have an amazing rest of your day, keep building awesome things with these incredible tools, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay curious and peace out.